Hello everybody, this is Burgback coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. In today's matchup we will have the FruitSeller spawning here as the Red Zerg, and he will be going against the STC spawning as the Green Terran. I have a couple of these matchups between the two, and I'm going to try and play all of them. I think I have 3 matchups total, so we'll be able to just have a little look at and see how these two play. They are Korean players, so we are going to be seeing a little bit different play style than we're used to on my channel. Just because I thought we could get some Korean flavor here and see how they play, see their kind of play styles, their build abilities, because they do semi-vary from American and European play styles. So I thought, great idea here just to kind of get a different idea, different feel, and to just comment on it together down below and see how you fare against this kind of build. So we do have FruitSeller coming across with his Overlord just to scout across. Of course, this is on Scrap Station, so their bases are really close together, but really far away at the same time, just because of that, that large V and the destructible rocks in between the bases just kind of holding it up. And a Rax is coming down in front of these rocks, so we are going to try and shorten the distance here, it looks like, between the two bases, just for damage. And STC, seeing that Overlord, decides, hey, we're going to try and take that out. And if anybody can interpret what's going on in the chat, I would be much appreciated down below. And I'm sure everybody else that's watching would appreciate that too. So if anybody can interpret Korean, I thank you now. Now we just don't see a whole lot going on here. We do see finally that spawning pool coming down for FruitSeller. And more Marines just coming out and about here. Actually, I think that's the first Marine coming out. And we're going to start seeing it go after that. Well, that Overlord is out of range, and it looks like that Rax is now coming back in here to make a little wall off for STC. And the factory coming down to start making that wall off as well. We'll probably see some kind of add-on here. Perfect placement there by the STC. We also see a little bunker coming down here to stop the FruitSeller from expanding early on. We'll see how long that lasts. And a little automaton coming around saying, hey, Mr. Terran, how you doing? It looks like FruitSeller, kind of knowing this is happening, decides to come down to this expansion and try and take out this bunker. This SCV just going, hey, I'm going to chase you off, so this bunker stays here for a while. And a Queen just kind of chilling out here at the edge of the creep. Going to go after that SCV. We do have 2 extractors up here now in the main base for the FruitSeller, so it looks like we're going to get some heavy gas build up here before he even builds anything. Of course, he's not really, he's just going gathering, going for that metabolic boost, not spending a lot on making units right now. Of course, he is a little fetched here. He is supply blocked. He's not anymore, but he was supply blocked. Now he's just going after more drones, going to build up that income that he has coming for him. Do have a Hellion coming out, very good against the early Zerg pushes. That Flame coming out, great against Zerglings, and there's the first 2 batches of Zerglings there. As we see this Hellion starting to just kite him around, starting to take them out as much as he can. Of course, the Zerglings running away, knowing that they're no match. And a Roachhorn also coming out for FruitSeller, of course, putting them in the back here, making sure that if the STC would come up the front here, he wouldn't see these buildings right away. So very good placement. Of course, the scan could definitely get that viewable, but you look at the unit count here for FruitSeller, he's up to 24 drones. We look at STC, he is up to 21, and the income, they're pretty even here. That Mule kind of helping out here to keep it a little even. And we do have a Banshee coming on here with the Cloak field, so we're probably going to see some early aggression coming from the STC into the base on this drone line. Yeah, and we have the scan coming down, so STC is fully aware of what's going on up in the base. Does see that Roachhorn, does see that, well, the spawning pool is obvious. But we probably will see some kind of harassment come out of STC here as this Banshee comes out and as this cloaking field is done. Now, it looks like STC just kind of coming down here into the expansion, just kind of seeing if FruitSeller has come down, which of course he hasn't yet. And it's very imperative when you're doing these games, these matchups here, that you get as much scouting as possible. Because if you don't have the information, you're not going to make the right decisions as the game goes on. So very good play there by STC as he's coming up with this Hellion, and he does see those roaches. Those roaches are coming out, and down goes that Hellion. But it looks like we're going to have some Banshee action come in here as... And yeah, here we go. We're going to start taking out these drones one by one. This Queen trying to get in here starts hitting in on this. And we see the Banshee in. We do have some Infestors coming out, so we do have an infestation pit somewhere down here. But while that's happening, you know, Cloak comes down. We're now seeing an Observer being morphed in here. So this Banshee's going to have a little bit of a fun time here until now this Observer's here. And that Queen, oh, that Queen goes down. Oh, that's not good for FruitSeller, but another Queen is on the way. But meanwhile, all these drones just dropping. Oh, that's not good, but another Observer, or that Observer's just following around. We do have two Banshees here, and it looks like that Queen's up and about and chasing these Banshees away. And yeah, right down here, the infestation pit, really good placement, keeping it out of the way, away from a scan, and just keeping it alive with this Overlord in that little bit of an area. These Infestors, I'm interested to see how FruitSeller is going to use these Infestors in this matchup. It should be interesting seeing this many, and that's basically all he has right now. I mean, we look at the unit count, we got 3 roaches, 4 Infestors. I smell something awesome coming on here. And this Observer coming in here, stopping that tank from forming. So close to forming that. And it looks like FruitSeller's starting to push out a little bit here with these Infestors. I'm very interested to see what he does with these. And a Queen coming down to this expansion, starting to hatch out some larvae. And just kind of chilling out here, not making a whole lot of units as we go on. Going with the Burrow ability. Burrow is almost done, so we're probably going to see some movement here from these Infestors. Which you don't see a whole lot on the American-European side. So I'm very interested, as I said, to see what these Infestors have to offer. I'm almost thinking Infested Terran run. I don't know why, but I'm almost thinking that. So we got the scan coming in here again on FruitSeller's base. These 2 Banshees just going to town on these drones. Again, easy targets here. There's nothing here to hit them. Where's the Queen? The Queen is not in there. There's no Observer in here at all. And it looks like, oh, look at this Infestors coming around, just getting out of that line there. And that tank, oh, down goes one Infestor. And it looks like STC trying, or FruitSeller trying to get in here, but knows that he won't be able to get up anywhere right now. But he is moving him over here. This is very interesting. Bringing him over into this corner. And, oh, Infested Terrans coming out. Look at this. This is pretty awesome. All right, so Infested Terrans coming up, all spawning. There is a heck of a lot of them in here trying to take out what he can on this expansion. This tank, of course, hitting all of them. Look at the splash damage on those Infested Terrans. I don't think these guys are going to get too far, but wow, that is an interesting play. Something that you guys watching may want to incorporate it if you're a Zerg player on this map. Something interesting here, and if you're a Terran player knowing that you're going against Zerg or even Protoss, something to look into and something to kind of scout for is these interesting play is all I have to say. And again, burrowed drones up here, these Banshees not able to hit them at all once FruitSeller notices them. And look at all these Queens just coming down here to defend those Banshees. Not, of course, being needed right now, but wow, just easily bringing these guys down on this creep. This creep, a huge help on the defense of his base. Very good play there. And again, more Infested Terrans just come up. Look how slow they're walking off the creep there. That is so incredible. And these Infested Terrans trying to do some kind of damage to these Banshees and not getting anywhere as Marines come in to support them. So it looks like he's now pulling those Infestors out a little bit, knowing he's not going to get any farther. As STC is well aware of these Infestors bringing in all those Infested Terrans. Again, bringing out the creep even more, going all the way down here even just to help speed up the speed of his Zerglings, his Roaches, his Queens. It's very imperative to keep that creep down. And it looks like STC starting to go through the middle here, taking down the destructible rocks on his side of the map, and probably going to be going through on this side to take out these destructible rocks. And it looks like FruitSeller getting a little bit ready for it. He does see that scan come down, so he knows nothing is really there to defend at the moment. And again, not a whole lot being built on FruitSeller's side, just a lot of drones and one Infestor. Not a whole lot to defend at the moment, just all of these Infestors here. Fungal growth coming down on that side of STC. One medvac, not a whole lot that one med... Oh, I'm sorry, there's two medvacs there, and 3 ghosts coming in here to push back the Infestors. And again, great job with those ghosts, just kind of coming in, getting some scouting, getting some free shots down. Of course, no Overseer here to see those. Looks like it's finally coming in with these Queens, just to kind of get a view so these Queens can get any kind of Banshee harass that's happening, like what's happening back here right now. The Banshee's just kind of coming in, taking advantage of what's happening up in the front, and this Ghost trying to snipe that Overseer out, but getting out of there just in time. And it looks like these Banshees pushing back a little bit because those 3 Queens are there to retaliate. And a Raven also coming up in the front of the line here. And we'll probably see STC push very soon. His forces are pretty formidable here. 126 to 106. So it looks like STC does have the unit advantage right now. Does not have any upgrades on his units though. Oh, I'm sorry. He just got the weapon upgrade done. So it looks like he is getting ready here. And this Ghost just kind of... Oh, he's in... Not getting hit at all. Look, oh, and here we go. That Ghost is now toast. As as FruitSeller comes up with his Roaches and toasts him with acid. And again, another Ghost coming in, just trying to get some free shots. And trying to hit what he can. And now Cloaked, putting the EMP out on those Infestors. Taking all of that energy out on them. And it looks like STC ready to push up here, as he does have one Infestor with some MP, or energy rather, and just bringing in the fungal growth on these Marines. These Marines easily go down to these Roaches, and bringing back a little bit, but all these tanks in the background here, if he could move them up a little bit just to get them in a little bit. I mean, just imagine that. Bringing in this in this Raven fungal growth, bringing down a infested Terran, and just bringing in the Queens. I don't think that, yeah, that Raven goes bye-bye. And it looks like STC just going for this barricade here as well as destructible rock. Going to try and do both doors, bringing these tanks right in here, hitting everything in range. They're pushing those Infestors back as more Infestors up here, and Roaches just coming in, trying to kill these tanks as they might, but good staggering job here by STC. And just bringing down these Overlords, trying to stop any kind of advancement of units here. Trying just to slow the supply down, going after this hatchery now. Doesn't look like FruitSeller doing a whole lot. Bringing in 5 more Roaches. Probably just waiting for that as we come down here. More the Infestors and Roaches coming down, trying to do something, but nothing happening right now from FruitSeller. I'm kind of scared for him as all of his units just go down. All he's got is this little bit of Infestors here, and that doesn't look like much because he doesn't have a whole lot of energy. Just one fungal growth coming down, and no energy here on the medvac, so we're kind of playing with what we have as that Queen goes down, as another Infestor goes down. I think STC has this in the bag as we're moving in. 3 more Roaches in here, but as energy's coming up on these medevacs, we're healing through all of that, and it looks like, yeah, the GG from FruitSeller. So congrats to the STC on Game 1 here, and I'll try and get the other 2 up as soon as possible for you guys. I'll be casting them hopefully tonight. So we will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to please subscribe, and please let any feedback down below, and we'll see you for the next game. Later.